And we're live. Welcome to episode 289. What did I call this one? Good gaming and whatnot coming soon. We'll go into more detail with exactly what the whatnot is. But the good gaming is, for those that are unaware, this coming weekend, the 2nd and the 3rd of May, is just before Monday, which is May the 4th be with you. And as always, for the last, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years, Jay Wiley is hosting a Star Wars inspired weekend. Uh, and so this Saturday, we're going to get together at Wiley headquarters and play some Star Wars inspired games. We're going to have the Gamorrean Guard fights using Arena of Flood. We're going to be doing speeder bike races. We did those last year. I can't remember exactly uh, what rules that we use on those. I think it was a variant of Fistful of Lead. I can't remember off the top of my brain. And then we're going to be using regular Galactic Heroes for the big game. So we've got a walkabout in the house. Hello, Chris Long. We got Charles Latora. How you doing, sir? There's Chris, and there's Charles. Telemachus, greetings, cuticle chewers. How did you know? Charles came back told you got to have teeth to be a chewer. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He says, I think I do. It says, I got more. Charles says, I got more killer rabbits coming in tomorrow. Now, who should they fight? Well, if you're like McMurray, be monks. Because that would be rather appropriate since the rabbits, at least I think the rabbits you're getting are from Thomas Foss, Skull and Crown. And if that's so, those particular rabbits are based off of the illuminations, the side uh, scrawlings of the monks uh, in old Bibles. Telemachus says rhinoceri. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Uh, if you know um, Doctor Who, they could go after. They could fight against Jadoon. That would be cool. For those that don't know, Jadoon are bipedal rhinoceroses in spacesuits. So pretty cool. Charles says, thinking giant wolves. That'd be cool too. That'd be cool too. I mean, it's something different. Not as cool as rhinoceroses / Jadoon, but giant wolves would be cool. And then Chris Long says, May the 4th with the Baron. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know of any sales off the top of my brain over there right now, but I'm going to have to say it. Head on over, take a look. If you don't got it yet, you need it. Go grab it. They'd be happy to sell you stuff. I think my not J is still valid. That's capital NOTJAY, all caps. That should give you 20% discount off of everything that you purchase, and that's not a one-time deal. That is every time you go to buy something. So go check that out. Also, special artisan service miniatures. Head on over there. Tim's a great guy, and not only does he have the really cool miniatures, but he also has the really cool gaming grass um, that you can get. The great thing about it is, it's made here in the United States. Nothing against nothing against Scenic Gaming out of UK, but it's out of UK, and I'm sure it costs an arm and a freaking leg because of tariffs and whatnot. Now, this stuff uh, is made right here in the USA, and should be able to get it for a pretty good deal. If I remember correctly, um, it's about the same pricing as what Geek Gaming was running it for. So there you have it. Check it out. Um, so therein lies my required. Oh nope, I've got one more required thing to talk about. This is going to lead into something here in a little bit, but my brother, y'all know him, y'all love him, the veteran wargamer Jay, is working on getting his podcast back up and running. So now is the perfect time to go over and subscribe to his podcast wherever you happen to be getting your podcasts from. I know for a fact you can download them from the Apple Podcasts, and they are hosted on SoundCloud. So the veteran wargamer, go check him out. The reason I'm bringing him up is not only is he restarting his, not only is he restarting the podcast, but he has also started his own WhatNot channel where he goes live. The last 2 weeks has been on Tuesday at 8-ish p.m. Next week he's going up. He's going up directly against us here, and that's okay. We might have to just go join him while we're live here. We might have to go watch him live. I'll send everybody the link, and we just go drop in on him. And what he is doing is he is selling off all of his stuff that he's got down in the basement that he is not gonna touch ever, probably again. Last night I don't know how many he sold, but it was a dozen or better old white dwarfs to one guy. So I think if you're looking for old white dwarfs, he's the guy to go see. He's got a stack of them. I think he's doing them at just random 3 random what are they called? Not episodes.
Issues.
God. I have it. Actually, I don't have issues. I have whole subscriptions. Yowza. But he does he pulls 3 random issues from the pile, and he throws it up for a bet. A bid starts at $3. If you're the only one that bids on it in, I think, 10 seconds, hey, boom, Bob's your uncle. You got 3 magazines for $3. And then if you now you do pay shipping on that, but if you, and he might have a special going where there is no shipping charges, but if you purchase multiple things from him, that amortizes out to the cost of the shipping, to where weight starts to become the bigger deciding factor than doing it otherwise. So you're not ending up having to pay shipping on each individual item. It's amalgamated. So it's a great way to go. Hold on here. I'm double checking some things. All right. That's what I needed to know. All right. So, with that in mind, Jay, my brother, as we all know and love him, has suggested that I too look into doing a WhatNot store, channel, what have you. But instead of selling off old stuff, because I don't have, yeah, I got some old stuff, but I don't have old stuff like he's got old stuff. He said, well, why don't you start doing some 3D printing of models and put those up to auction? So I'm currently working on doing exactly that. I want to have like 10 to 15 pieces ready to go. So here's a first couple that I have, and because of the stupid green screen thing, it's being difficult. Oh, dog, shush, hush, God, hold on, I'll be right back. Reese, entertain them, please.
Well, I've been called to entertain the troops. Entertaining is not something I do best. Okay, I'm painting some 15 millimeter scale ACW, specifically some Kansas Regular Cavalry, and I am embarking on a new project where I'm going to do a map based campaign of some sort um, for the Missouri um, guerrilla conflict for the Civil War. I've got bushwhackers, jayhawkers, guerrillas, Quantrill, you know, you name it, working on it. Um, so that's what I'm up to. Scala, I don't dance, and I'm not a monkey. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm up to. I've got 8 troopers on the table, and then 4 mounted troopers. And it looks like Chris is back and relieving me of duty. So thank you guys. You're still muted.
Thank you, Reese. Good Lord. Hi, Scala. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. So yeah, I'm gonna be, and it's only gonna be like a 20-minute thing. That um, uh, 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes each week live, kind of like this, but it's on the app WhatNot. Now, I'm not saying that y'all need to come watch me or see me hawk my wares or buy any of the 3D prints that I'm making. But I'm hoping to maybe uh, get a name out there and get a little bit of money out of it. We'll see. I don't know. If it works well, it works well. If not, uh, whatever. Um, Worst case scenario, we get more people showing up to these shows to just hang out. So we'll see. We'll see. So, what is coming up? Well, first off, I want to talk about. I did not do any gaming this weekend. We last Thursday it was we were over at my buddy Brad's for a uh, we were over at my buddy Brad's for just a hobby night, no gaming, and then didn't do any gaming on Saturday or Sunday. um, but we are going to be gaming over on yeah, Chris Long, yeah, absolutely not going to do that. I am absolutely going to make sure whoever whoever I'm using, whoever's STLs I am using, I will either uh, be getting their express permission that I can do this, or I am uh, giving them some sort of a commission, or I when I purchase them, I buy the actual uh, rights to print and sell. So yeah, I'm going in with full eyes open. And in fact, Mr. Chris, I was going to reach out to you regarding this exact thing here in a little while. So um, we'll see what we can pull together. Anyway, but this coming tomorrow, I'm going to be running Ocean Thunder, where the big guns rumble. Um, I've got some changes, not really changes, more of some tweaking, a little bit of just honing, as it were. And then the one thing I'm really wanting to focus on is figuring out if my idea for doing uh, doing aircraft combat is going to work out for me. So in doing so, I came up with this background thing is going to be a pain in my nuts. Hold on here. Y'all are going to see you're about to see the back side of the studio here. Let's see. Come in here. We're going to turn that off. All right. Now that everybody sees what a mess I live in. And I know, does the word torpedo look forward or backward to y'all?
It is backward. You can change that in your camera settings.
Yep. Hold on. Let me do exactly that. How's that?
Perfect.
So yeah, um, I've got tokens that I designed and created. So if I wanted to, I could sell these all day long because they're mine. But what I have here is this is if the um, if the fleet has cap up, then the Americans will have this token out, and that is the silhouette of an F6F. And then if the Japanese have a cap up, that's a A6M0. So I've got the escorts are the exact same token, except they say escort. And then I've got torpedoes, torpedo planes, the American on the left. My right, I guess your left, is the is an Avenger, and then the Japanese air torpedo is. I always get them confused. It's either the Val or the Kate. I think the Kate's the torpedo bomber. and then I've got dive bomber tokens also. So, and what's going to happen is they will sit the they'll take the token and sit it next to the ship they are targeting. So, anyway, they don't have to have them uh, like this. Um, they just need to have something to note that a dive bomber attack is coming in and targeting that ship, or stuff like that. And I thought that would make it look good um, on there. Now,
If you
interestingly, go ahead.
if you do sell a digital copy of those rules, you could include those STLs.
Yes, I could. Absolutely,
Just a thought.
absolutely, I could. Yeah. Now, interestingly, the Japanese escort didn't print a bottom. It printed the edge, and it printed the silhouette and the word, but it didn't print the bottom. I don't know why. um, and then so escort, and for some reason the Japanese uh, dive token didn't print at all. So I'm gonna have to end up replacing the. I'm gonna have to end up replacing the screen on the LCD on my Mars. Right now, it's printing fine for the most part, but for whatever reason, it has a hairline crack in the LCD. Don't know where that came from. No idea. I'm definitely in this situation. I'm definitely a blind antelope. And what's going on here? Oh yeah, let's not do that at all. Hey, there we go. Maybe this one works better for me. Let's see if I show a ship up on the. Yep, I think that works better. The the background that I'm using now is the one generated through the computer, not through the website. So it's going to be better. So, anywho, so yeah, like I said, I'm hoping to have 10 to 15 items um, up available for my first Whatnot show. I'm thinking it's going to be this Saturday evening, probably around the same time. Um, if y'all are interested, I'll put links to it on in Discord and the Facebook. Just if you want to drop in and see what it's all about, great. If not, I understand. It's not everybody's gig. Not everybody is looking to get 3D printed uh, miniatures. You know, so like I said, if you do, you do. You don't, you don't. Not a big deal. So that is the second part of the gaming and whatnot coming soon. The whatnot is exactly that. I'm going to have a whatnot store. I'm specifically doing um, miniatures, 3D printed miniatures in there. Um, I'll be doing uh, terrain, scatter terrain like boxes and barrels and trash cans and bicycles. Um, there's always a piano in the middle of the street in every World War II movie in that's in the European theater, and nobody ever has a piano in the middle of the street on their game table. I'm just saying. We need one. We need more stand-up pianos in the middle of the streets on our game tables. So I'm gonna find a STL for a stand-up piano, and I'm gonna start printing them and selling them. And I'm gonna do them in all kinds of various and sundry um, uh, scales. I'm not quite sure how well a stand up piano is going to look in 6 millimeter. Probably not going to do a 6 millimeter stand up piano, but I'm definitely going to do 15, 28, and 54.
I'll buy
28
one
and
in. I'll buy one in 15, and I'll buy one in 54.
yep. So,
Because there's a
uh,
famous bushwhacker raid where the guys put a piano in the back of a wagon and ran off with it, and I would like to do that.
there you
So
go. There you go. Telemachus says he thinks there's a piano outside the street here right now. Oh, and Charles says also need a piano that comes apart like it's been blown up. Well, that's really for me. That's easy. What you do is you print one that is solid, and then if it gets blown up, you switch it out for the other one you bought from me that's blown up. They come as a set. Hold on one more quick second. I gotta change out the laundry so we've got nice warm blankets to go to bed in. Hold on, I'll be right back.
well, here I am again. Um, yeah, I don't have much tonight, so y'all get to just stare at my ugly mug and this beautiful mural of a Filipino attack on a Spanish church in the Philippines sometime previous to 1898. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at. How about y'all? What have y'all been up to hobby wise? I'm sure there's a 15-second delay in the chat, so I will wait and respond if Chris has not gotten back. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
So that's the problem with washing two big blankets. They always like to crawl up one side of the washer and get unbalanced.
Get the oh, nice.
um, let's see. What has everybody been doing? 10 millimeter snake fences. That's that's a distinct possibility. Scout has been cataloging and photographing his 200 Star Trek minis. Very nice. Ragweed can burn in hell. Telemachus says been printing 28 millimeter spaceship installation interiors. Oh, very cool. Organic and infected. Now, are those Telemachus? Are those the LV247 um, modules, because if they are, those are great. I've got quite a few of them that I've used to make my Tanty 4. Um, Hexy has been painting 28 millimeter Persian Kadaka halites. Nice. Yeah, we've already covered, Chris Long, that Mr. Reese don't dance. I have a fair bet that excuse me, he didn't even dance at his own wedding. Just saying. Um, Charles says his rabbit group will be at 34 of the skull and crown bunnies, plus 3 giants, 2 diggers, 4 vampires, and a were rabbit. Very nice. Ragweed is a hell of a spawn. Yeah, it is.
Chris Long, I saw that bike on Instagram. That was it's something, man.
Spanish Civil War Republican infantry and building my new bike. Very nice. Until Mike says, no, I don't like the square shapes. These are organic shapes. David Chef models. Okay, cool.
You sent me a picture. Was it this week or last week of that 15 millimeter Tanty 4 interior?
Yeah,
Was
so
who did that?
I don't know. That was from McMurray.
Okay, that must have been up in
Um,
Chicago then.
yeah, it was. Let me. Do, 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 do. Do, do,
It got
do,
me
do,
thinking about
do.
15 millimeter Star Wars though.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Uh, good lord. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Don't die on me.
Good God Almighty. Oh, and all the angels in heaven. Let's see if this will work the way I want it to work. Yep, there it is. Um, maybe. Well, that's not exactly how I wanted that to happen. Hold on here. Let's try this again. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's not going to like it the way I want it to do. Anyway, I'll put it up on in Discord um, here in a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, um, these won't be any that I actually put up on my on my whatnot because they are from somebody else.
You still have
But
the share screen
oh,
shared.
for the love of gosh, go away! But these were originally 6 millimeter that I blew up to 15s. And I think they did a pretty good job. As stormtroopers go. Okay, hold on. I need to change out my ears. Hold on 1 second, folks.
Well, I am
All
thinking
right.
of. Okay. Did you
What
ever
was
get a
that? I'm
chance?
sorry.
No. Did you ever get a chance to test the 32 mil to 15 mil?
Hold on. I can't hear you. Wait one. Okay, now try talking to me.
I said, did you ever try getting the 32 mil scaled down to 15?
I did not get a chance to do that one yet. Come here, bud.
Not a big deal.
There
I was
you
just
go.
curious which one had come out better.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that this weekend
Okay.
after I get some more tanks and whatnot printed.
Absolutely. You got other priorities right now, and I understand. So
Yeah, yeah. Charles was asking if I could use an inhaler. No, an inhaler isn't going to resolve the issue. What is going to resolve the issue is that if I remember to take my Zyrtec every damn morning, because what's happening it really what's happening is uh, the
you have
ragweed
some
gets
sort of
all up in me.
interdimensional cat trying to come in.
Yeah, here's my buddy. Here's my sir. Um, the what happens? The ragweed gets all up in me, causes my my snot to get all worked up. That drains down into my lungs, and it I constantly have feels like I've got a a small elephant sitting on my chest. Hi, buddy. Yes, you're a good cat. Yes, you're a good cat. Everything's okay. Um, so if I can keep the mucus from building up and rolling down into my lungs, it clears up pretty good. The problem is I got to remember to take the damn Zyrtec, which is normally not a problem, but I've ran out of all my other medications, so I forget to take it because I forget I don't have my other meds to take, which should be resolving itself um, because I should be getting more in the mail in the next day or two. So
Wonderful.
probably more than what all y'all really wanted to know. Um, Thank you, Charles. Yes, I think they look good. Um, like uh, like Reese said, we're gonna look at what the 32 millimeter stuff looks like, shrunk down to 15. We'll see how it goes. Um, Chris Long says he's probably going to do 10 millimeter for Star Wars. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, he is being a menace right now, aren't you, sir? Aren't you? Well, I think he's just upset that he's not on screen. Is that what it is, buddy?
Speaking of selling stuff, I am debating whether or not to get rid of most of my 54 millimeter collection. I'd keep anything past, um, I'd keep anything past probably 1910,
Yeah,
and I'd keep anything before 1770, potentially 1812. Not sure. Um, all my colonial, my 54 millimeter Civil War, things like that. Um, Seriously debating getting rid of them. Um, and the only problem is I don't know if I want to sell them to Noble Knight or if I want to do an eBay sale or if I want to do a WhatNot sale. I just trying to do my trying to do my research and figure out what I can do with them.
yeah.
So unless one of y'all wants to buy a ton of 54 millimeter, let me know. I'll make you a deal.
Literally, literally a
It's
ton.
it's quite a bit.
If I'm not mistaken, at one point in time, you said I may be exaggerating, but I thought you said 3 or 4,000
Total,
models.
yes. Total, yes. I would be selling about 1,000 to 1,500 of them.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm keeping all my World War II stuff. I'm keeping all my Vietnam stuff. Don't y'all worry. That's still gonna stay. There's just been things I hadn't touched in 6 or 7 years.
Sir, do you mind?
And I'm discovering 15 and 20 mil, and I'm thinking
Yes.
maybe it's
Yes, you
time
are.
to let some of them go down the river. So
That
I've
that's
talked about it off and on for a couple of years, but
quit talking about it. Start doing about it,
I know it's a busy month.
sir. Walkabout or Chris Long says he's found a guy on my mini factory doing small scale Clone Wars stuff. Oh, that's
That's
cool.
good to know.
It's alcohol. You don't want any of that.
Speak for yourself.
Alcohol swabs. I don't think my cat wants alcohol
I'm not
swabs.
that desperate.
Okay, thank you. Finally, what I've been asking for you to do. Um, Something else that has piqued my interest, and I honestly, I just need to stop watching any kind of media because what happens when I start watching media?
Start wanting a game.
Yep. Um, Scholar Gremlin says when he offloaded my old Rogue Trader era 40k stuff, I eventually settled on Noble Knight. Got less than I'd done on eBay, but I didn't really have to deal with anything. Oh man, how long ago was that, Scala? Because I would have guaranteed you would have gotten. If my brother had known about it, he probably would have given you a better deal than you would got from Noble Knight.
That is true. Hey, I could just put them in a box and ship them to McMurray and not tell him.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on one second. Sorry, the missus arrived. So, I was gonna talk about something. Oh, yes, I need to stop watching just video media in general, whether it's YouTube or streaming services or what have you, because I know I'm late to the game on this, but I'm watching For All Mankind on Apple TV. And I haven't got to the part where open warfare has broken out on the moon, but I'm fully aware that based off of the title page of a space helmet, an American space helmet that says "Free Mars Now" or something to that effect, that there's going to be combat on the moon and in Mars in standard uh, EVA spacesuits, and that's just really cool to me. Now there is a game out there called Lunar that sells little dudes in their space outfits with M16s and AK-47s and the like. They even sell the STLs, and I'm thinking, yeah, their game might be all cool and everything, but fistful of lead, man. Fistful of lead. That's just, yeah. Um, Scala says they raked me over the coals, but it was a one and done sort of deal. They did give me a fair price on my old L saves to Darkness Collector's editions, but everything else they screwed me on. It was fine. Yeah, that's the problem with selling to a reseller. You're honestly not going to get what it's worth. Um, I worked for, as y'all may or may not know, um, I worked for I worked for an Apple authorized service provider and a retail partner called Simply Mac. And hold on. Wait a second. Again, I'll be right back. I'm hearing what Donna is watching on the TV because my headphones are tied to the TV. Hold on 1 second.
If anybody wants a rundown of the 54 millimeter collection, I've got probably 60 to 100 Americans for the Spanish American War, Philippine insurrection, and or Boxer Rebellion. Um, I've got plenty of Spanish to go with it. I've got some Arabs. I've got some French Foreign Legion that can easily work as certain Spanish troops, depending on the theater. Um, got some Zulus. All of my Zulus are painted. I have the British Camel Corps for Sudan. I have a bunch of British infantry from like the Boer War, Sudan, Northwest Frontier era. I say a bunch. I've probably got 120 to 150 of those. Um, I've got probably 50 or 60 Boers. I've got several hundred 54 millimeter ACW figures. Um, the list goes on. Um, lots of colonial stuff. Um, Germans, uh, Northwest Frontier, like Arab, not Arab, Afghan tribesmen. Some Indian troops to go along with that. Artillery crews to go along with that. Cavalry lancer regiments to go along with that. Oh, Egyptians. I have a lot of colonial Egyptians as well. Um, both Camel Corps infantry and cavalry. I have a few Russians, maybe 20 to 30. Um, yeah, I've got just a little bit of everything. Um, and not trying to sit here on the show and sell stuff, but if anybody's interested and knows anybody, let me know. I'm more than willing to do private sales. So,
All right, guys, I apologize for that.
Chris Long says that Skullforge is doing some minis that are astronauts with guns and such,
Mm.
and I can second that.
I'll have to take a look and
Yeah,
when I get back to being a successful and employed individual, I might have to relook into what they're offering.
absolutely.
So, um, I did have one accident over the weekend. Apparently, one of the cats decided they wanted to play naval combat and grabbed my Essex class carrier and made it into a true flat top. I have no idea where the island is. So,
Maybe inside your cat.
one would hope not. Excuse me.
Speaking of cats in war, have you seen pictures from that museum at Gettysburg that is different Civil War battle dioramas in 54 millimeter with cats?
No.
It's very strange, but it's
Well, I
interesting.
mean, there are cats,
Yeah,
you know. Anywho, um, so yeah, that's Lunar, or I'm sorry, For All Mankind is looking pretty good. I'm in the second season now. For those that have seen it, no spoilers. Um,
I hadn't
I,
even
I,
heard of it.
I, it's on Apple. It's really good. Man, Apple puts out some really, really good shows. Um,
That's what I heard.
probably one of probably one of my all-time favorite just feel good television shows. Anytime I'm down, I'll watch it to give me just a juice of a pick me up. Is Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso.
Is that on Apple now?
Um, it's always been on Apple. It is an Apple
Gotcha.
TV show. So if you got Apple TV Plus, you too can watch it. New season is coming out, I believe, in August. Season 4. Um, it'll be interesting to see. I if I'm the premise is he comes back. He either comes back or yeah, he goes back to England to end up coaching the girls team that gets started, or I shouldn't say girls, the women's team that gets started. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! They decided to start a women's team. Um, so yeah, it's it. Hopefully, it's as good as the previous 3 seasons. Fingers crossed. And now I'm watching For All Mankind. And as Chris Long says, um, excellent show. So far, so good. That premise is alternate history, where everything's the same up until the Russians beat the Americans to the moon, and everything changes. Um, the Apollo program does not end in 1973. Um, it's good. It's good. Um, Now, I will say there is some soap opera type stuff that I could probably live without, but it's done well enough that it's not turning me off of the show, if that makes any sense. Whereas in Michael Bay's Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor, the love triangle that he sets up is a bag of hot garbage on fire that raccoons wouldn't even touch.
That whole
Um,
movie's hot garbage.
it as long as you don't want to look at it as being a historically accurate account of Pearl Harbor, it's a fun movie to watch. Just, and I'm going to be completely honest. Uh, and I'm probably going to get some hate for this, and people are going to be jumping ship on me left and right. But, and don't get me wrong, I love Saving Private Ryan. However, the premise of the movie is a bag of hot garbage. I I, I honestly don't see the army saying, "Oh no, this one guy who all his other brothers have died on the same day, we got to go save him." No. Don't again. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie. I love watching the movie. It's a great movie. It's what led to my all-time favorite TV series, The Band of Brothers. Without Saving Private Ryan, we wouldn't have Band of Brothers. Now, again, is Band of Brothers 100% historically accurate? No,
Better than
but
most.
better than most. Um, so yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Um, as long as I don't want it to be a good movie, it's okay. If you're referring to Pearl Harbor, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a good movie. What I'm saying is it's fun to watch until you put the whole love triangle garbage into it, and you didn't need to have you didn't need to tack the Doolittle raid at the end at all whatsoever. Telemachus says, I mean, it is almost a 30-year-old. Shut your dirty pie hole.
What year did it come out? 98?
Somewhere along in there, yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. I'm not that old. Just like I don't have, I don't have a grandson who's going to be 23 this year and already married, and another grandson that's going to be 22 this year and getting married in June. We don't need to discuss this. Anywho,
Ooh. Ooh. Saving Private Ryan was released July 24th, 1998.
uh huh.
I was born exactly 1 month later.
Did you look up? Did you look up Pearl Harbor?
I did not. Isn't that like
Scout.
2000 though? 2001.
Yeah. So my thought is they saw how great Saving Private Ryan did in the box office and said we could do that too, and failed miserably. Oh. Scala says practically anything is better than the Danes of Anarchy or whatever the fuck the History Channel tried to do with the Vikings. What a fucking garbage show. The Danes of Anarchy.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, God.
I agree.
God. Ah. Telemachus says, I has no pie for my hole. I mean, that can be fixed. That can be fixed. Something I told something I told Reese earlier today. Your digestive tract starts and ends with a pair of cheeks. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Scala says every time Reese mentions his age, my knees hurt more. Oh, heavens. Oh, God, that's good stuff. Charles says Pearl Harbor, garbage. Again, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, well, guys, as much fun as we're having, I do think I need to wrap up a little early. Excuse me.
So you can breathe.
I'm going to wrap this up early tonight. A couple of different reasons. One, once I get into one of these coughing fits, it's 15 to 30 minutes before I can break out of it. Hexy, you're going to burn in hell. Pearl Harbor was authentic as hell. Whatever.
If you think that one's good, you should see Pearl Harbor 2, Pearl Mageddon. You think I'm joking?
Or how about the USS Missouri duology? What I'm drawing a blank on that movie now.
Yeah.
Battleship, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
the sequel to the Seagal film
Oh, yeah.
where he's the cook on the USS Missouri. What is the name of that stupid ass movie?
Hang on, I'll get it for you.
Under Siege. Under Siege, that's it. I know there's an Under Siege 2, but I don't think it has anything to do with battleships. What was funny is that Battleship, again, not a bad movie as long as you're not thinking that it's going to be a good movie, but they could have called it something else. But they wanted to do the game tie-in. I swear to God. Oh, that's the problem, Chris. It's hard. It's hard for me to breathe. When it feels like I have a small elephant sitting on my chest. And what's worse is when I do lay down, then the cat gets on top of me. And it's about a 15, 16-pound feline. Just anyway. Charles says he's going to go watch a good naval movie, The Enemy Below.
Heard that's a good one.
Yeah, so.
I'm
Anyway, guys.
Silent Run Deep.
Das Boot. Can't go wrong with Das Boot. So, anyway, be on the lookout either on Discord or on the Facebook page for my notification of my WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, WhatNot show where I'm going to be selling off some 3D prints. Again, if y'all want to come see what's going on, come on. If you don't show up, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. None at all. So we will be back. We should be back next Wednesday. And I think we're gonna raid my brother. I'll put up the link and we'll all go watch him together and make fun of him. No, we're not gonna make fun of him. He's the two shows that I've seen him do already are far superior than some of the others that I've seen. At least he interacts with the people that's in his show. So, alrighty, gang. Until next time, we shall see you on the flip side. Take care, guys.